On Second Shot, we tackle 2 new headlines every week to find out what kind of wisdom the world is dishing out today. And we want you to be a part of that. When you see a headline you want to take a second shot at, or if you're looking for advice, or just want to tell us what you think of the show, email us at secondshotcast@gmail.com. If you like what you hear, rate us on iTunes. This helps us move up in the ratings so more people will see us. And if you want to hear more, subscribe to the show so that the new episodes will get straight to you every single Friday. We love you. Thanks for listening and enjoy.
Heath Oakes is a millennial mogul whose ignorance on fire led him to fail his way to success. Jenny Anchondo is an Emmy Award-winning journalist whose sharp eye and biting wit have led to her storied career in television. Together, they tackle today's headlines in a way only an odd couple with a dash of perfect opposite can. So kick back, relax, and join the conversation. This is Second Shot with your hosts, Heath and Jenny.
It's morphin' time. I am currently living out my childhood dream. As for you podcast listeners, you can shoot over to YouTube or Facebook and take a look. It's Jenny, Zach, and we got Matt is out of vacation, staycation. What's he doing?
Halloween vacation, I guess. Matt does Halloween so big, he takes a week off of work for it. He doesn't mess around.
He does. He's been posting those creepy memes on Instagram.
Instagram pics and stuff.
They've been giving me nightmares.
He's all about it. I love it.
Jenny and I are sitting here in our Power Rangers outfits.
Go Power
Go check it out on Facebook or whatever. YouTube.
I'll do the premiere on our primary, listening form is on, the podcast platforms, but I'll do a premiere of this one on my public Facebook page, Jenny Anchondo, if you want to see the costumes.
It's so odd that I can't see either of your eyes. I don't know if that comes through on the camera, but it's like I'm sitting here with real Power Rangers. It's everything I wanted to be when I grew up.
I'm definitely a real Power Ranger,
right?
Without a doubt.
You guys, this is so real. His desire, and I know that this episode comes out the day after Halloween, but Heath is so committed to this costume situation. He doesn't care. He does not care that it's going to be late. He doesn't care that it's going to be past Halloween. This has been a dream for as long as I've known him, actually. And he's brought it up jokingly. And when I was pregnant, I was
I wasn't joking.
I'm not going to wear a Power Rangers costume pregnant. And then it was right after a baby. Anyway, here we are. I decided this was my year.
You finally
to
made
participate.
it. Well, I love the earring accessories.
How funny if I walking through the office lobby and everything with my briefcase and my Power Rangers uniform acting all normal. Wouldn't it be funny?
I'll bet if you took a physical checkup right now, wearing that costume versus not wearing one, you'd have a lower resting heart rate. You'd have more stature.
Yes.
Better blood pressure. I bet everything is working better in that suit.
I mean, you guys, dress for the job you want,
yes,
not the job you have. And that's what we're doing today. Heath wants to be the Red Ranger, and he wants me to be the Yellow Ranger. I have no desire to do anything but a podcast.
Yes.
But here I am.
I love your commitment. I wish I had kept up with it. I totally forgot about the costume check-in. It's okay, though.
But tell us your costume.
Well, he told me I look like a diet Marty McFly, which I agree, because, again, I got the swoops, right? The Nike Cortezes. But that's besides the point. I said I was a formerly gifted child. And that's because when people say, what are you supposed to be? I can say I was supposed to be a lot of things. So
that's good.
I think I'm so clever. Thank you for laughing at that again.
I like it. No, I do like it. I think it's cute. I like it. I enjoy it.
It's all I've got.
I respect it. Here we are the day after Halloween, dressed up in costumes.
Yeah, most of us. Yeah. Came correct, so I appreciate it.
And you act like day after Halloween's a long time. The day after Halloween is,
Babe, it's over.
No, it's not for
Christmas
us.
has begun.
I'm wearing my Power Rangers outfit all the time now.
It's like when people have fireworks after 4th of July. So on the 5th of July, they're setting off fireworks, even though the holiday's over.
Right.
It's like that hangover, right?
That.
It keeps,
You always save the blackjack, the black cats and stuff to just blow up your brother's toys when he wasn't looking.
I'm just going to say, I listened to the last Second Shot Sit Down, the one that came out on Tuesday with Beth Reeder Johnson, and listened to some of her advice, and that's why I'm here today in this obnoxious yellow Power Ranger costume walking through a business building in this for my husband. So you're welcome, babe.
What a great tease for that episode, though.
Yeah,
if you want to know why I'm wearing a yellow
listened
Power Rangers costume in public, check out Second Shot Sit Downs episode 2.
That
Can I
should-
request an edit on that, please?
Yeah, that needs to be on.
Can I get one of those? Thank you.
Any little like reel we ever do, that needs to be part of the reel.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the headlines.
Our first headline today,
Yes.
avoiding holiday stress, how you can make the holidays easier this year. Naturally, we just came over Halloween, but we're getting into Thanksgiving and soon to be Christmas. I'm sure people are already seeing decorations in stores. So this article is a wonderful little example of some of the things people experience. Holidays are normally a cheery thing for folks, but a survey from the American Psychological Studies found that 44% of women and 31% of men experience greater stress around the holidays due to lack of time and definitely lack of money. It's a tough thing. Holidays can be stressful. You're supposed to buy gifts for people and show people how much you appreciate them, but you got to pay rent and you got to get your tires replaced, and it's tough. So here's some things that they recommend you can do to kind of get in a more mindful state for the holidays. Maybe not have more time or money, but think about it in a healthier way. And I thought maybe it'd be worth talking about. So the first thing's on here, eat smarter. It's a great way to go. Shop sooner. Knock out those purchases early. Take a break from social media. Oh my gosh. And lower your expectations, which is something my parents always told me in front of every holiday. Don't overschedule. And remember your vitamin D, which is not something anybody's thinking about, but I'm pretty sure like our whole country has a deficiency of vitamin D. We're all hurting for it. Every time I go to the doctor, they're like, you need vitamin D. Anyway, what do we think of this exciting...
But if they are saying that to you, side note, you need to seriously listen to it.
Right. No, I mean, it's the last one. It's the last point on here, but like real talk, I actually heard this really important.
Dr. Jenny.
Yeah.
Dr. Jenny.
Like
yes.
really for a second, though, vitamin D. It's important.
But for real.
Yeah, really.
So
holidays are stressful.
They are stressful.
Holiday stress. Okay, when I hear this article and when I think of a second shot on this, it's like, oh, I don't know what it is about the holidays or different times of the year where we allow ourselves to just completely fall out of our own systems, values, and alignments and fall into whatever the marketing world has for us. Now, I will say, I personally am here for the shopping, the sales, all that kind of stuff. That's really fun to me, but I know that a lot of people find that to be very stressful. And it makes me question the things that we're doing in other aspects of our life where we're just like, oh, because it's this time of year, I have to do this. Mm-hmm. Or because this is happening, I have to do this. Why do we do that? What, like why do we stop becoming individual thinkers? Why do we stop listening to our own intuition? Why do we go outside the realm of what we actually desire and want and then fall into that for a season? It just makes me think of that with other aspects of our lives too.
Well, I think it's time you're supposed to think about other people, right? And that's the whole thing. You just get caught up thinking about everybody else and all those thank you cards you didn't send throughout the year. You get this weird, like, survivor's guilt around the holidays. Like, oh man, like there's so many gifts I should have sent and things I should have said. And now it's the time of kids and kin and holiday cheer and goodwill towards everybody else. And I don't know, like there's this weird sense of like removed self from that. I think you're totally right. Like you just kind of take yourself out of the equation and you end up beholden to so many of these responsibilities that are probably valid, but ultimately like you drive yourself crazy.
Just side note before I get to mine is I can't stop touching myself. I love this.
Oh my gosh, that is not appropriate. Edit.
This costume feels so good.
Oh, because
feels cool.
it's
silk.
Lycra.
Or what? Fake silk.
Poor
Fake
man
silk.
has never had actual silk. He thinks that a Lycra costume from
right.
Walmart.com is silk.
It's great.
It is Lycra, babe. It's like bike shorts over your whole body and your
nice.
face.
It's way better than silk.
So can I wear this when I ride my bike?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
My second shot on this was I kind of came back to that. Like whenever I thought about this story and heard it, I was just like automatically went to just say no. Like what we do at times is we all get stressed out because we overcommit and say yes to so many things that we all want to be a part of. And when I think about the holidays, that one in there where it was don't overcommit yourself. How many times that people, I have a friend of mine that was telling me one year that, that Thanksgiving and Christmas was all stressful because like getting up and having to drive to this grandparents, having to drive to that person, And that year they said, we're not doing it this year. We're going to, it was like Thanksgiving. He's like, we're going to the Cowboys game and that's it. And if anybody wants to see us, they can come see us. I'm not packing my family up all over the world to go do it. And it made me think about just saying no and like really looking at whatever your priorities are. And if you're feeling that scatterbrained, if you're feeling like you're getting pulled in a million directions with your work and with your personal life and all that, like, get rid of a lot of the little things to whatever, maybe there's 2 big things and 8 little things, and you really like the 8 little things better than the big things. Well, do those. You know what I mean? But we got to learn to say no more. We got to learn to check in with our own time more and value that more. Like valuing you more often. Like valuing you, what you bring to the table. Don't let others, keep devaluing that by dragging you away to all these little things because you keep saying yes. Just say no.
Yeah. I like that point that you bring up too, and I think that this is starting to become a bigger part of our culture, people feeling like they are allowed to say no, and I'm glad that that is the case. I also caution against, I think sometimes people are thinking, oh, me. No, that's not what it's about.
Exactly.
It's about giving contributions in the way that will be most valuable to the other people and also not deplete you.
Yes.
So it's not about saying everyone be selfish and every man for him or herself, because I don't think that that's a productive way for us to do business or just like operate in the world. But it's more about like, don't be a martyr. Don't do the things that you hate. Like if or maybe just do them selectively. There are certain things that we all are obligated to do.
Yeah.
But when we're constantly depleting ourselves and then show up as the angry person, like you're not helping.
You're not helping anybody. And showing your kids that, because you're sitting there stressed out by running to everybody, and like you and mom or you and dad are probably fighting because everybody's stressed, and it's like that's not good for anybody. Just tell people, you know what? We're going to do us this year. If you want to come on over. But, we're not going around. And when you look at it in your business and personal life, that's what I think of, too, is that how many times you let people drag you off. You got coworkers that come over and like, hey, can I have your help with this? And you always want to be the nice person that helps everybody else, but you end up being stressed. It's sometimes you got to go, no, I got to take care of me first. Like it's like that whole thing in flying in airplanes. You got to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help others. Sometimes you got to say no, and just and take care of you and what you're doing, so you're not so stressed out all over the place. So then you can truly hone in on what you do and how you do it. We'll be back in a minute on the second segment of Second Shot.
He makes up words, she translates them. Heath and Jenny host more of Second Shot, coming up on RNCN.
Okay, you guys, we have been working on this partnership for a while. This is a company that we've used as a couple, we've used individually, and now they are on board as a sponsor. So we're giving a big shout out to myllc.com. You used them back in the day, right?
I've been using
like when
them,
you first got started in business.
I've been using them for 12, 13 years. It was the easiest thing in the world. If anybody's thought about setting up a company, paying big lawyer fees, they think it's a big, mountain of a task to take on. But with myllc.com, if you go on their website and you call them, if you're doing an S Corp, a C Corp, or anything, they're going to walk you through it. They won't make you feel dumb. And they're going to handle every process every year from now on from you, the stuff with the state and all of those things. So if you have any rental property outside of your own home, you need to have it in an LLC or an S Corp or something in order to protect you legally if you're doing side hustles. You need to invoice them from the legal entity because it can protect you legally. In myllc.com/second shot, there's a coupon code 99 myllc, right?
Well, yeah, all you have to do is go to myllc.com/second shot and it'll give you $99 off, which is super generous. And this is kind of like a limited thing. So if you were thinking about it, again, you kind of started your side business, you're thinking about getting it going, or you've got a big business. I mean, they work with all sizes. It's $99 off. The other thing, if you're already on the site, you can use the coupon code 99myllc. Again, it's 99myllc from myllc.com. This is the company we've used for all of our different entities and projects. They've been so great to work with, and we're just excited to have them on as partners.
myllc.com/second shot. Go now. Run.
Ready? Aim. Fire. Second Shot is back for another round on RNCN.
You know what the funny thing is? Jenny got the Power Ranger suits, and she just so happened to get hers like the more like luxurious one, like it's got like a real like belt with the.
It's a real belt buckle.
I'll stand up
like,
for
yeah.
Yeah, and like Jenny, like the belt buckle. See, you don't understand. The belt buckle's a very like important part.
It's an essential part.
That is the morphin time, and like I don't even have that.
That's where it all happens.
Okay, well, surprisingly, first of all, I'm going to give myself some credit for participating in these shenanigans and dressing up as a Power Ranger. Second of all, you could have ordered your own, special belted costume. These were the only ones available on Walmart.com. Apparently, adult men really have a thing with wanting to dress up as Power Rangers, because by the time I started searching a month ago, which a month in advance to me was pretty
that's pretty
on
good.
it, right? They were all out. The only that remained, and Heath wanted to be the red, so I want to give him the red.
Yeah.
Were a double XL. I called every costume shop in Dallas. They only had them it was small and double XL, neither of which are his size. So this is what I found, and I did get the cool belted one. That's because not as many women have the weird fantasy of wanting to dress up as a Power Ranger, so they had more, of these exclusive costumes available.
Well, they should, because the Power Ranger girls were the most badass people on earth.
It's true.
Well, now I am.
Oh, that's true.
Kimberly and what was the other one's name? The Yellow Ranger's name. I don't remember this. Tristan.
Oh, super fans
fine.
are
Yeah.
failing. The super fans are
Kimberly
failing.
It was
the pink
20
one.
years ago. I was a different person then.
That's
all right.
true. That's true. Maybe
was-
you guys can sleep on it when you get that extra hour of sleep this weekend.
Yes, our second headline. What a segue.
Smooth.
Daylight
Thank you.
savings.
You're smooth as X.
Even though I don't actually know if it is an extra hour, or is it? Do we get a fewer?
Yeah, fall back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Daylight savings time ends this Sunday. Check your clocks and your smoke alarms. So get ready to gain an hour of sleep this weekend as daylight saving time ends on Sunday. While you're busy turning back your clocks, there's one more step to take that could save your life. Check your smoke alarm batteries. According to the International Association of Firefighters, the best time to change your smoke alarm batteries all year is when you change your clocks for daylight savings time. You're supposed to change these things once a year. They're very important. They keep our houses from burning down by letting us know that it's important, and people forget about it. It's up on the ceiling. It's a little red light. You don't even think about it unless there's smoke and then there's fire.
Or they just do the little chirping nonstop, and you have to change them. It's annoying as all get out.
But if you change it every year on the dot, right, every time the clock falls back, it'll never chirp,
That's
theoretically.
true.
So
That's true.
solves a couple of problems.
Yeah.
So daylight savings time is coming up. We're saving time. We're changing batteries. What do you guys think about this?
Well, what you had a great take
Yeah,
on it
I
when you were
actually want to
talking
know
about
what you think
what-
about this,
Thanks.
Zach.
Yes. So
Zach with the no costume.
what was interesting
The
to
Marty
me,
McFly.
the Marty McFly. I know. Could I go as a low rate Buzz or Skull from Power Rangers?
Yes.
Right, the two bullies.
yeah,
Maybe
that's true.
a student at Sunnyvale. It's a little.
You're so
90s.
the anti-bully.
I've got Power
Yeah.
Rangers all figured out. So what I was getting from this was rolling a habit into a pre-existing habit, right? I don't ever think about my smoke alarm unless I burn something in my oven and suddenly it's going off and my neighbors are knocking on the door what's happening? But it's something that's really important and it's just far away. But this is a great way to remind yourself to take care of a process and kind of have a plan in action that's already part of an existing habit, right? It's like remembering to brush your teeth for 2 minutes by singing a song while you're doing it or humming a song, it's a great way to instill a process in something that's already there. What a great way to onboard a habit. You know what I mean?
And the thing behind that I love the most, Zach, is that's so key to if you're trying to introduce a new healthy or habit of some sort, right? Like me, I wanted to eat better, so I just married Jenny, who was going to make sure we ate better. So I just kind of ingrained that
Introduced a
into
lifelong habit.
my new habit.
And
Greatest
after 66 days of marriage, he was a health nut.
Greatest diet plan ever.
That's how many days it takes.
But honestly,
66.
if you just ingrain, there's so many things that we have to have something that triggers us to remember things, and we have to remember that. The people that say, "Oh, I can't remember people's names." You know that there's a trick to actually doing that with your mind. It's like whenever you meet somebody, you repeat their name and you think of something that catches your eye. So maybe it's, Zach, blue jean jacket. Zach, blue jean jacket. Zach, blue jean jacket. You say that in your head 3 times, and then all of a sudden you can remember them more. So there's things about putting in those existing habits that then can create it for you. Whether it's I've always said that if you wanted to do something in the morning before things, just set your alarm 15, 20 minutes earlier. And what that'll end up doing is throwing your body off of it to where you won't be in your same old habit, right? So it's kind of so critical, I think. The last day of every month is whenever I give Charlie his flea and tick medicine stuff. I know I had that in there because it triggers me on the last day of every month. I think about that.
Huh.
Right? So it's with this, and it's what are those things that you're wanting to do, be better at, or maybe get rid of, that you can add into your routine already that just triggers it automatically.
Right, and if you already have something like the smoke alarm or something like that, maybe there's something else that you need to do with the house. Maybe it's a yard project, or like the filters, or, you know, in your water or in your air system or in your purifier, any of those things. Or it could be more mental, physical, psychological habits, which are, you know what I mean, like a little bit deeper.
And it's all association with stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Associating it with something.
It's the reason it's so tough to get people to get into the habit of like going to the gym, because that's a whole process. You got to pack a bag, get in your car, drive over. Like, there's a ton you have to do. But if you could roll in little things and incorporate it, like, it'd be so much easier, right?
Well, and here's the thing with things like that. It's so hard until you do it, and then it's so not.
Yes.
You know, it truly is so not, because you think, oh gosh, I found the time. You know where you found the time? You found the 30 minutes you weren't, you know, kind of like just lounging around in the morning, the 30 minutes that you weren't watching a TV show that wasn't even intentional or for any specific purpose, the 30 minutes that you were scrolling on Instagram. Oh, look, that's an hour and a half, which is enough time to get to the gym, work out, and come home.
It's funny. I've been working on tax stuff because I started using QuickBooks Self-Employed earlier in the year.
Oh, hey.
I know, and you got to track
Hey,
like all
grown-up.
kinds. I need to get on that My LLC connection. That's the way to go.
You do.
I've been letting things get behind, and I've been procrastinating. And I look on my notifications. It's like, you have 800 transactions you need to review. I was talking to my parents about it over the weekend. My mom was like, it's on your phone. Next time you're watching HBO or something, sit at home doing nothing, start doing it. I knocked out like 400 of those things yesterday just because I did exactly that. I was already doing something, and I just kind of started doing it on the side. It worked great.
I didn't realize you were working so much, 800 transactions.
Okay, this is over like 6 months. It's a whole
Still,
thing.
this is pretty impressive.
And this is everything from like buying coffee to changing tires. So it's don't be impressed. Really, it's quite kind of the opposite.
but still very exciting. And I do think that those systems, once you put them into place, it's also just such a confidence builder, because you can look back and see what you've done.
Absolutely. And I think that the thing is like everybody can realize, like, honestly, it is so easy. Like you said, Jenny, if you'll do it, like if you've got that thing that you're going, I need to do, like, here's one thing. Why do you think so many people go, January 1st, I'm going to start working out? I wouldn't suggest do that, because everybody does that right now. And so you need to be off.
Well, just start, like, if you want to be in shape, start today.
Yeah.
If you want to change your smoke detector, start today. If you want to repair your relationships, start today. I don't know why, aside from systems, and I do like them coming in incremental times.
Yeah.
Why are we waiting for someone to give us permission to change our lives?
Just associated with something. Like Zach just said, maybe you're like, you need to do this certain amount of going through your transactions, like you said, right? Like maybe there's some tedious, like, research you need to do every day for something you want. You got an idea in your head that you want to do, but like at night, like you end up watching Netflix because you'd rather do that.
Yeah.
Why not go, you know what? If in order to watch Netflix, the first 45 minutes of watching Netflix, I can watch it while I'm doing research. You know, and then put it up, right? So then maybe you can start putting that in association with each other. And kind of do both. I mean, when you start tying things with associations with something that can help remind you, it really makes things become something that you just pick up and roll in. It's not something you have to think about and make a mental note of, oh, I have to go do this. Just tie it in with it.
Is that what you've been doing? I think I've noticed something, a habit of Heath's, and I'm gonna ask him in front of all of you.
All right.
Have you been doing a reward association with getting the house tidied up before you watch football?
Yes.
I knew it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Because you guys, he's been so efficient on, like, our whole house, big shocker, runs on systems. We've got systems for everything. Most of them work pretty well. Some of them are a work in progress, but one of them is the time that Brighton goes down and her whole evening routine. And I think a lot of parents will relate to that evening routine that's super set, super specific. For her to be successful and happy, she has to be on this routine. So then after the routine is where things can get a little crazy, but I've been noticing since football season started, Heath comes out with a quickness. Dishes are done. Brighton's stuff's put up. Her toys are in their place.
Man.
Her crayons are back. And I'm like, oh, wow. And then he sits on the couch and watches football for extended periods of time.
With my laptop up.
With his laptop. He's playing games on his phone. He is watching football. He is arranging his fantasy. He's, probably doing some work in there too. But I noticed that you're doing a lot of things before that, which is awesome.
Man, you come so correct. I love it.
She nailed it. I gotta go get football, and then if I feel like she's not gonna be mad at me if I'm laying there watching it. If I got everything cleaned up, and put up,
Have I ever been mad at you for watching football?
It's just in my head.
No.
It is, and actually, I would actually be pretty annoyed. That is fair if the whole house is a disaster, and I've been there with her all day cleaning up disasters, and then you just lay down and watch football. So that was a strong intuition.
Yeah, if he's hanging out watching football for 4 hours and you're like, well, why are you just sitting there? You turn around, there's nothing, everything's clean and tidy. It's like, well, shoot, yeah, everything's gravy.
There.
That's
Exactly.
awesome.
So take
Well
take your associations, find those things that you really want to implement in your life and make a change on and make happen, and think, what can you associate them with? What can you associate with it that you like? Maybe if it's Netflix, but you got to do this research, why not do research in the first 30 minutes where you got a Netflix show on that you're not going to be as much tied into, you know? Being more efficient and taking those associations with it all are going to be a way that's going to help you move forward and not get lost in your own time. We'll be back in a minute on the third segment of Second Shot.
Now that's what I call ignorance on fire. More of Heath and Jenny still to come.
Okay, we wanted to take a quick minute to tell you guys about a company called Energy Ogre. So Heath and I have been using this company for years to save money on our electricity. We've told you guys about it for months and months and months too. So basically what they do is they shop around your electricity and then they find the lowest option and then they manage it. So you know how if you notice your rates are going up, you might call around. But who really does that? So they do that for you. The deal is that it costs $10 a month, and if they can't save you anything, then you get the $10 back. So for us, what we noticed is it cut our bill at least in half. So we're talking, we were upwards of $200, maybe a little more than $200 a month. Now we're down to $100. Yes, even in the blazing summers here in the Dallas area of Texas. So it's energyogre.com. So here's Ogre. It's OGRE. So ENERGYOGRE.com. And they actually give us a deal for Second Shot listeners. So if you would like to use it, the discount code is Second Shot. So you can try it for free and see how it works. Again, it's really not a risk because if you get on there and they can't save you any money, then they don't charge you anything and you'll get to try it out for free with the code Second Shot.
Kick off your boots or suit up. The choice is yours. Welcome back to Second Shot on RNCN.
Man, Zach coming in hot.
Restart the music. Take it from the top.
but don't, because it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. We got these post-Halloween vibes in our Halloween costumes, rocking out on a Second Shot podcast. And can I remind everybody really quickly about the duo podcast situation we have going on for the next several weeks? So we've noticed our listens are kind of all over the place, and I think it's probably because people are a little bit confused about what's coming out and what they're digesting. So we are doing an 8-week series called Second Shot Sit Downs, where I'm sitting down one-on-one with a guest, somebody who has been given a second shot or taken a second shot at life. The whole goal of this is to lift you up, inspire you as we get ready for 2020 and for you to kind of tackle your own goals. So if you're seeing something pop up on Tuesday in your subscription feed, that's what that's about. If you're watching this on video, the real podcast is you just search Second Shot with Heath and Jenny and you will see that on iTunes or SoundCloud or Spotify or any of those other platforms. But there is a second episode coming out per week, so you've got to catch that one before the next one comes out. Otherwise, you're going to get all, backed up.
They've been so good so far. I love the sit-downs.
Oh, thank
I know,
you.
I'm so into them.
Oh, thank you so much. They've been so much work, but hopefully worth it.
And depending on everybody's, kind of the whole point of it is see, hey, look, would this be a regular staple that could come out or not? Maybe. I mean, different seasons. Maybe we have it out in seasons. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we need your feedback. That's go leave us a rating or a review or send us an email, secondshotcast@gmail.com, or join the Second Shot Facebook group and let us know. It's all going to come down to, look, if
nobody's listening to it, I'm not going to keep working on it.
Yeah, exactly.
If only Zach is listening, then I'm not going to keep working on it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it. Yeah. I'm also biased because I do this with you guys. So hearing Second Shot content that I'm not in already, it's like fresh and new, and I'm super into it. Yeah. And that's a part of it. That's a big part of it.
Oh.
Heath, what's going on?
I had to put my Power Ranger hat back on so I could be in full costume and not look at y'all and be like mean mugging you behind my mask.
Oh, I see.
And some of the production crews coming in and getting pictures because they
Go,
think we
go,
look
Power
silly.
Rangers.
So y'all have been leaving messages on SoundCloud. So I have to say thank you for that, first of all. Second of all, I don't know how to retrieve those messages. So I don't know. I'm going to assume that they were positive feedback. I've not been able to get in, but we have several. I've got
I can get in afterwards.
Joel, Ernesto, Monica, OTO Nam, Shelly. We've got a lot of them, and I've been trying to get into the account, and I have been unable to do so. But thank you to those of you who have sent in messages. And then also, Tim Appling sent in an article, and we didn't get to it, but I want you to know that we look at those articles. We most certainly consider them for the show. So if you ever have an article that you'd like us to consider, please do send it our way, secondshotcast@gmail.com, or just hit any of us up on any social medias.
Yeah, thanks for the review, guys. And thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for the article.
So,
So,
don't you have a special little question of the week?
We do have a question of the week. It's okay. I'm just gonna set it to you and see what all of you guys think. The
throw this
question
down.
is this: what would you do with an extra $2,000 a month? An extra $2,000 a month, extra $24,000 a year. I kind of picked that one because it's probably not one that's going to make you say, okay, I'm going to entirely quit my job. For most people, they would still, keep working. But it also is something that would, for most people, make a pretty big impact in their lives.
oh yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Extra $2,000 a month? Oh, this one's tough. Okay, so Zach, have you thought about it?
Oh yeah. I got this
Okay.
all worked out.
Okay.
So
What are you gonna do?
I would love to say I would just put it straight towards like something immediate, but where it would go is first, since this is extra and this is on top of what I've already got going on, I would put this immediately towards needs like rent and groceries, right?
Okay.
Things like that. Just knock those out. Okay, those are taken care of. And then any other income I've got, I'd probably start putting towards student loan debt, chipping away at it.
Yeah,
Man, I
smart.
hate that stuff hanging over my head.
Do you know what your interest rate is on your student loan debt?
No.
Okay, well, you need to
too
find that out. You need to find that out. It might not be that bad.
Yeah.
You might be surprised, depending on what kind of program you have. It might not be the worst debt to have.
I don't know.
Okay, maybe.
What would you do with it?
Okay, but I wanted this question to be $50,000 a year because I really think I could get this done with $50,000 a year. But I would, with that extra money, I wouldn't be able to employ somebody full time, I don't think, as a chef. But I would use it for, maybe someone will work part time for that $24,000 a year doing the grocery shopping and cooking. Maybe they can make dinner, 5 nights a week for $2,000 a month. I'm not sure what I could get with that, but I do think that that's something that I spend a lot of time on that I used to enjoy, and honestly, I enjoy it less and less.
Really?
I do, because it's easy to cook for yourself or people who want to eat like you, but when you're trying to figure out, okay, what's nutritious for Brighton?
Yeah.
What does she eat? What's right in the phase of life that she's in, and am I introducing the right things? And then what does Heath also like that I also like that's also good for us? Mm-hmm. And the enjoyment is diminishing.
I've been trying to step up my cooking game with Christine and I, and you're right, it's hard. You did not to get on here and say to advocate for eating out or anything, but man, there's so much time and resources and energy going to the grocery store, getting food, coming home, packing it up, cooking it,
planning out the menus,
everything, yeah, and figuring out what's going into what and dishes, and man, it's a lot. So I could see that really freeing up a lot of time.
So you
Don't you
use the
think?
$2,000 a month for like a part-time
I
at-home chef?
would use the $2,000 a month for a. I also don't want to sell somebody short, so I kind of feel like they're probably thinking, "Oh, Jenny, you're kind of lowballing this person." For however many meals a month this person could cook for me for $24,000 a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So however
many meals I could get. I mean, it could just be dinners or whatever. My ultimate goal would be for somebody to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, smoothies in the morning. Prepare our lunches as we head out
better
for
get
the
to
day.
work, fellas.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's what that's what I want.
There's no kitchen warmer than one with a chef in it, right? Who's
Yes.
already just ready to go, ready to make whatever you want.
Yes,
I love
I
that
just think it
idea.
would be. I'm like a green smoothie in the morning. I don't ask for much, you guys.
All right,
This
Heath.
is what I would want.
I would take my $2,000 a month. I'd probably send it straight to some kind of a Vanguard type basic account and hold it up until probably every year
I
use
know,
that
until you have
$24,000.
$50,000 extra for me to have the private chef. Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no interruption there at all.
Brilliant. It's very selfless of you, Heath.
Yeah, yeah,
It's very big of you.
Put it into a Vanguard account or something basic and let it hold up until I have enough cash in there for buying a rental property, down payment, 20% down for some type of a rental property that comes along. So I put in like a Vanguard or a basic money market account that's pretty, overall not too risky, but have a little bit of upside. So it sits in there, and then maybe, have $25,000. I can, you can buy, a $110,000 rental property every year with that. So that's probably what I would do.
And an in-home chef for everyone.
Well, shoot. Now I feel like I need to do that with mine.
Hey,
too.
we're all putting our money to work, just in our own ways.
That's right. Heath's in it for the long game, and in my own way, I'm in it for the long game.
Not
because
me.
I think that the health of my fam,
Sure.
will be awesome.
Yeah.
It will be great.
Well, hey, mine goes to rent and groceries first. Like I said,
Yes.
the importance, the staples. And then after that, I'll pay off my own.
Would you be interested in pooling our $2,000 a month to make it $4,000 a month,
Yeah.
and then you and I can both have a private chef?
That's not a bad. Hold on. Can we talk off the show?
Yes,
Can we,
I feel
after the show, can we get to that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is this $2,000 a month coming from? We do not know.
It's so funny looking over there, seeing you in the saber-tooth costume as you're trying to like be serious and talking with stuff, and it's like you're in a yellow
Do
Power
you
Ranger
feel like a little bit more into me today than you did
suit.
yesterday?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm so impressed you wore the mask the whole time. Like
you.
really, yeah. The commitment to the bit is strong.
I
here, and
do
love it.
commit. I was
Yeah.
going back and looking at old Halloween costumes. You know how Facebook Memories will pull out some memories, and it was like
You've never had one as epic as this, I bet.
when I worked for Fox in Indianapolis, we had costume designers that came and did the whole like live thing. You know how the Today Show does? The
Yeah.
Today Show does
Oh,
an
yeah.
amazing performance. So this was like Today Show light, but we were I was Katy Perry one year in her candy costume, and that was a pretty good one. Do you guys remember Tanning Mom?
No.
Tanning Mom? Anybody? Okay, somebody listening will
I'd
remember
love
Tanning
to
Mom.
say
One of our
yes,
anchors
but I-
I'm glad you can
was,
say no, Zach.
was Tanning Mom. So anyway, it's kind of fun to look back over the years. But I hope that the idea with these questions, you guys, are to kind of get a discussion going. So like what we have here, these are great. I mean, even as we go into the holidays, we're gonna be having holiday get-togethers and stuff like that. These are fun questions that you can pose to people that are not political and hopefully not controversial, but that are information seekers
They
as
can
we
get you-
all get to know one another.
You get deeper to knowing people.
Yeah, because it teaches you a lot about somebody, what they would do with that money, and I like a discussion topic that is not controversial, political, but gives you a deeper dive at their heart or their passions, their desires, their dreams, everything like that.
I'm going to challenge our producers for having the Power Rangers theme song as we exit today. Like the Power Ranger theme song being in there.
And
That's what I think would
Matt
be great.
took the week off.
Go Power Rangers. It's morphin' time.
Close as we get. Yeah.
Where can they find you at?
Okay, everybody. I am in the Second Shot Facebook group. Also, on Second Shot Podcast on the Instagram page. I would love to connect with you. Again, we're just doing a short run of the Second Shot sit down. So if you happen to like them, let me know. If not, we'll do 8. We'll move on. We'll go about our lives. Hopefully you are enjoying the 2 a week. Also, JennyandChando.com.
At Apple Zackintosh on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook.com/group/second shot. What'd you dress up for Halloween? What's going on? And what would you do an extra $2,000 a month? I'm curious.
myllc.com/second shot, and you can get $99 off on running your LLC, setting up your business. Not only LLC, but a C Corp, a S Corp, whatever they said. They can help walk you through it. It's great. At Ignorance on Fire and at Heath Oaks, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all those good things. And yes, go Power Rangers. Love y'all. See you next time.